It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and if you're new to the channel, I do these videos to help new players in the game of Hero Wars. Today's video is about energy and about that first skill that every hero gets, their gray or ultimate ability. Not this energy, but that energy. But before I get into that, if you want to catch all of my videos, please consider subscribing and click that bell to turn on notifications. Finally, if you feel that this video was helpful and or informative, please caress that like button. It just takes 2 seconds, and it helps get my videos in front of new Hero Wars players just like yourself. Every hero has an energy bar at the bottom of the screen during fights, right there below their portrait. And when this bar fills up, you can trigger your hero's gray or ultimate ability. Of course, in the arena where auto mode is always turned on, and in other modes, this skill will trigger immediately whenever the bar hits that 100%. The energy bar maxes out at 1000 energy, with some exception that I'll talk about in just a little bit. Whenever your hero does a basic attack or uses any of their skills, whether it's a heal or a damage skill, they gain 10% of their energy bar or 100 energy. So for example, if Bob here uses his Nexus of Horror ability, he will gain 10% or 100 energy. Whenever your hero takes damage, for every 1% of their total health they lose, they gain that much percentage of energy. So, if Andvari here loses 20% of his health in one hit, he will gain 20% or 200 energy. Whenever one of your heroes is able to land a killing blow on an opposing hero, your hero will gain 30% or 300 energy. So if Bob here defeats Andvari in one hit, he will gain 30% or 300 energy for the killing blow. Now keep in mind that he will also gain 10% energy as well, because you add in that attack or basic skill that killed Andvari up to that 30%. And remember, any basic attack or skill used adds 10% energy to your hero's energy bar. So, for example, if Kark uses a basic attack or an ability that kills Andvari, he will gain 40% energy. That is to say, 30% for the killing blow and then 10% for the attack or skill used. And then taking that one step further, if Kark uses an ability that kills two heroes at once, he will actually gain 70% energy. 10% for the attack, 30% for the first killing blow, and 30% for the second killing blow. Now for a few of those ultimate or gray ability exceptions. We have a couple here to talk about. First is Celeste. Celeste is interesting because she can actually ultimate when she reaches 50% energy instead of 100%, and that is because she's got a unique dual personality. Half the time she's a damage-dealing mage, and the other half the time she is a fantastic single-target healer. Great hero, great hero. Another interesting exception is Ishmael. Whenever Ishmael uses his Awakening ability, he slowly loses energy over time instead of all at once. The reason why it's important, is because if he can speed up his attacks from a speed boosting hero such as Thea or Martha, he will do more damage in that same time frame than he would if he didn't have the speed boost, of course. Similarly, Astrid and Lucas have rage instead of energy, and when Astrid uses her Go For It Lucas ability, that rage bar will decrease with every attack from the pet Lucas. Now, Astrid can gain rage while the ability is active, which prolongs the ability, and of course, Astrid can gain more attacks using speed up abilities from Martha or Thea as well, extending that Go For It Lucas ability even further. Finally, there are a few heroes, such as Jet and Mojo, that have a channeled ultimate ability similar to Ishmael. They slowly lose energy over time instead of using it all at once whenever the ability triggers. And for example, Jet uses his Elixir of Vigor ability. It channels the ability over time instead of all at once. Now, the reason why I mention this one separate from Ishmael is that these abilities can actually be interrupted, thus wasting part of their ultimate. So kind of keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. There are 8 heroes in the game that affect energy beyond the basics that I listed above. Let's start with the bonus energy. So my favorite hero, Bob, or Kark, has an ability called Negator of Laws, and whenever he blocks a physical attack with this skill, he actually gains a percentage of bonus energy based on the damage absorbed. So 50% chance to block physical attack, and whenever he does block an attack, he gains a percentage of that damage as bonus energy. Interesting. Jorgen has a shield called Cycle of Energies. He shields an ally, and that ally gets double energy gain for attacks, basic attacks, killing blows, damage taken, all of those basic things that I listed above. Andvari, similar to Jorgen, has a shield for an ally as well. However, his energy bonus is gained by the damage absorbed, not by just a flat double. So Jorgen doubles energy of the shielded ally, whereas Andvari's shielded ally gains energy for the damage absorbed by the opposition. Orion has an ability called Full Charge, and this ability states that he gains additional energy with each attack. So left unchecked, Orion does ultimate after ultimate after ultimate, and it is really, really fantastic. It's really something else. And then on newest hero, Sebastian, he has an ability called Public Idol. This is different in that he doesn't gain bonus energy per se. However, he does enter battle with a percentage of his energy already gained. So I believe at max level, at max skill, he has 50% energy as soon as the battle starts, which is a fantastic, it's a nice little perk. It's a nice little perk. And then finally, I wanted to mention that the pet Kane, whenever he patrons onto a hero, his master, the hero that he's patroned onto, the master gains bonus energy for each successful dodge. So, stick him on an Aurora, stick him on a Heidi, and they'll gain additional energy every time that they dodge an attack from the opponent. So heroes that remove energy from your opponents. First, you have Astaroth, my favorite tank. His Devastation ability will actually remove a percentage of energy from the target. Very handy ability to have, and probably one of the best tanks in the game. Nebula has an ability called Astral Projection. And this fires a slow-moving projectile at the enemy that whenever it hits the enemy, whether it hits one enemy or 5 enemies, it reduces a percentage of the energy of those enemies spread out evenly across all of the heroes that she hits. So she can reduce 100% of one hero, or she can reduce 25% of 4 heroes. Next, you have Jorgen with Tainted Wounds, and every one of his attacks, he steals a little bit of energy from the opponent. This usually affects the tank or the second hero on the opponent's team. You have Phobos and his Mage's Terror ability. This adds an additional ability to Phobos' ultimate ability in that it removes a set amount of energy from the target of that ultimate ability. So handy mage to have in your team there as well. Special mention, Satori has an ability called Imminent Reckoning. And Imminent Reckoning actually will apply 9 Foxfire marks to a hero that gains bonus energy. And while this is important is because Satori can blow up those Foxfire marks to do massive damage. So any hero that gains bonus energy is at a strict disadvantage to Satori. So keep that in mind as you're building a team, or if you see a lot of Satoris on your opponent's team. All right. Well, all that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you found this video educational, or at least the least bit interesting, like I mentioned earlier, caress that like button. It only takes 2 seconds. And make sure you never miss one of my videos. Be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I love you all, and I will see you in Dominion.